Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube. I know it's been a very long time since I've been on here. I have had some, well, I did film in between, but we had some not great news with Fifi, and now it's good news, but I'd filmed that whole journey and it kind of not turned out how we wanted it to, so I scrapped all that footage because I was just a bit upset about it all. But I am back and I am going to, well, this week, so Phil had a treatment called mesotherapy last week, so he's currently not being ridden, so he's having a bit of a pamper week. He has got the back person coming out for him, he's got the dentist coming out for all of them, and then today we've got a really special visit from Bailey's Horse Feeds. So if you'll have watched my previous video of my morning routine, you'll know that Phil gets fed the Bailey's number 21, I think it is. It's the Ease and Excel mix. He gets fed that because of his ulcers. But the others currently aren't fed on Bailey's, so we're going to have them looked at today and hopefully transfer them over, because the transformation for Phil is just amazing. He's put on so much weight, he absolutely loves his feed, so I'm hoping that we can get the others looked at and see what is best to put them on with the Bailey's range. So I'm by myself and it's absolutely chucking it down. I don't know if you can see my hair, but I've been out feeding them this morning and I'm absolutely drenched. So here are all the horsies as we just wait. Little Willow. Hi! And we've got Phil. We're still trying to grow his mane at the minute. Don't know if you can see. Oh no, he wants to say hi. Say hi! And then we got Cowboy. He gave his forelock a bit of a haircut this morning because it was covering his eyes, but I don't think I've gone short enough. He's just so cute. You're a good boy. And my little princess, Fifi. Hi. Hi. So I'm so excited to get them looked at. Especially, so's Fifi. Fifi! You excited too? Yeah, especially Fifi, Cowboy and Willow, because obviously Phil is already on the Bailey's Ease and Excel and it's been amazing for him. So yeah, you are a little bit tubby at the minute. You're a little bit tubby after summer.
So what's her name again?
Fifi.
So this is Fifi, and she's how old?
16.
Right. So with her being 16, she's sort of not old, but she's not young either.
Yeah.
And she's a little bit like me. She's at the top end of middle age, getting into older age. Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And when we're looking at fat, and I know you feel she's fat.
Yeah.
When I look at her legs, look at the bones she's got, and look at the body, and ask yourself, does this body look too big for the legs she's standing on? Too small, or just right? What do you think?
See, I'd say from like her stomach, it looks too big, but then...
So you think round here she's too big?
Yeah.
Now she's only just pregnant, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's not due till next
May. End of May, yeah.
End of May. Now, the fact that she's not worked, and she's a little bit older, and she's in foal, a bit like me, if I don't use my core properly, which is what happens, and I put my fat here, whereas she doesn't as much, then it's going to drop.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm just going to take that away from your eye line. And if I look across here, now do you see her as fat?
No.
Right, okay. So the fat that matters on Fifi is on the neck, through the shoulder, behind the shoulder, over the ribs. And I can feel those ribs.
Yeah.
Over her back, behind the saddle, on the hips, pelvis and tail head. And in fact, she's got a little bit of fat, but she's nowhere near as fat as you think she is. What is important here is we need to make sure she has the right nutritional plane for that foal who is now in utero.
Yeah.
And we know it's 11 months.
Yeah.
We know we're a little bit into that. and we know it divides into trimesters.
Yeah.
But actually, we do know, particularly with sport horses, who she put to.
Big Star.
Oh, A. So if it's going to be Star, we know that the foal we want out of her has got to be born a strong foal, not a big foal, not an over-topped foal, but a strong foal. So what I'm going to suggest is Bailey's stud balancer. It's fed in mugs, not scoops. So we'll do that in a second.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to feed her 4 mugs a day of Bailey's stud balancer.
Yeah.
And if I was to find her losing weight, I'd take 2 mugs out and pop back a scoop of stud mix or 3/4 of a stud scoop of cubes.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think she will.
No, she does usually hold her weight quite well. I've never struggled.
But she's an unknown entity as a broodmare now.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going to happen particularly. Now we know that we are really balanced on those 4 mugs of balancer as we come into the last 3 months. And that's when the foal is laying down stores of minerals in utero.
Yeah.
So if she's up to weight, guess what we do? Nothing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. If she's losing weight, we can take 2 mugs out and put some feed stud mix back in again.
Okay.
But I doubt she will.
Yeah.
When she falls down, that's when we take it up.
Okay.
But I'm going to guide you and help you through this.
Thank you.
And we're going to get the best
time.
Big Star.
Yeah.
Are you going to fall down here, or are you going to?
No, I think I'm going to send her away just because she's so precious to me.
Yeah.
So I just would hate for anything to happen. And I work full time, so it's just it wouldn't be practical.
Okay, that's lovely.
And I think it's going to be a lot bigger than her because obviously she's quite small for a horse.
And when the foal is born, in the first 3 months, we don't do anything with the foal.
Yeah, no.
But after that, we start targeting the foal more.
Okay.
Yeah, with the stud balance.
Yeah, as you kind of wean them off the mare as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Particularly at 6 months, it goes whoop, and then they slow down in the growth, so we slow down. They slow down again, we slow down, and then it goes slow down. So it's a real curve. So who's this dinkiest thing in the world?
So this one's Cowboy. This Cowboy.
How old is Cowboy?
So he's about 13, 14 now. And he's my sister's pony. So he came from a riding school.
He's so cute.
Yeah, he is so cute. So he came from a riding school. And my mum just wanted a safe pony for my sister. And he still does everything. He jumps, not high, but...
Do you have? And again, if you come down that shoulder, can you see there's no angle there at all?
Yeah, no.
And then when you come over behind the shoulder, there's a bit of podge there.
Yeah.
And then it come over that rib, and to get in there, it could be worse.
Yeah.
But we've probably got a 6.5 there.
Okay.
He really carries it on his neck and his shoulder.
Yeah.
And again, when I put my hand here and take it off,
yeah,
it could be worse, but there is a bit more here.
Yeah.
A little bit there, a little bit there. No. So he's probably coming in at about a 7, maybe. He's a very different man than Phil.
Yeah.
And from that point of view, you would expect him to be run to fat a lot more easily. So we have a product called Low Cal Balancer, which is a horse and pony slim fast. Okay. It gives them everything they need for rest to light work, but fed in mugs for a balanced diet. It's all about the balance. It's all about optimum nutrition.
Yeah.
So isn't she the dinkiest thing in the world? Well, she says I'm not that dinky actually.
So we've had her since she was 6.
How old is she now?
20.
Right, okay, so she's been a girl's best friend.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't she? I like these ears.
Yeah.
You know? Do you get ears like this?
Just if that comes over.
Yes. So, again, I'm having a feel along here, and we are quite stiff there. What? That could be more of a 7 there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I come across that rib, and again, I'm pushing.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a 7, but it's not a 9.
Yeah.
You know? And I put my hand flat on there. There's her spine.
Yeah.
And I put my hand flat. And when it comes off, it's too flat.
Yeah.
So I have seen much worse. So I'm going to give her a 7 there.
Okay.
And with that, then I want to be able to find these hip bones.
Yeah.
And no. But she says, yeah, I can't see mine either. And I'm like, yeah. And so, yeah.
Okay.
So we are on the chubby side.
Yeah.
You know, and we're the best one in the world. The Shetland Islands in winter could be fairly rough.
Yeah.
And therefore, this lovely Sable for her is just a bit like manna from heaven.
Yeah.
Seriously, I would soak her hay.
Okay.
Does she go out as much on the grass?
Yeah. She goes out about 2 till 6, 7.
See, what do you think about putting a little grazing muzzle on her?
Yeah, I have thought about it,
Yeah.
but I've never used one before. So,
Right, so you would have to introduce it gradually in the stable.
Yeah.
What we do know is that if you put a grazing muzzle on, and then you think, oh, last half hour you can just have a little bit of your own, they will eat 3 times the volume.
Okay.
So once it's on, she goes out with it on.
Yeah.
She will get used to it. So a bit like him.
Yeah.
A bit of speedy beat. But I would probably, for these two, soak their hay this winter to get them, as nature dictated, back to their summer weight.
Okay.
Over winter here, I would grazing muzzle them.
Okay.
And, I can fill them with things like speedy beet and light chaff, which we know are low in sugar, and we know they're low in fructose, which are the storage sugars. But I think if we can get this one, because what we want to do is get another 20 years out of this pony.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's no good reason, if luck is on her side, why she's not just in the middle of her life.
She's never had any health problems at all.
Probably not. But we could do with her being just a little leaner coming out of winter.
Yeah.
But she is, she's a gorgeous. So again, we're going to give her a mug a day.
So we are back for the next exciting day. So today all the horses are getting their teeth checked. So they get their teeth checked every year, apart from Phil, who gets them checked every 6 months. So yeah, Phil is not a massive fan of the dentist. Who is really? So we'll see how today goes. But yeah, I also need to talk through the trip from Bailey's and what was decided. So all the horses have a completely new diet. Willow and Cowboy need to lose a bit of weight, but going into winter I think it's better that they're on the chubbier side than the skinnier side. So yeah, we can just work on changing their feed and getting them into happy, healthy ponies. But I think if anyone wanted to change their horses' feeds, especially over to Bailey's, I would recommend getting one of the feed advisors out. Caroline came to visit me because she's the representative in the Northwest area, and she was so nice and so informative. So I would definitely recommend doing that, because they look at she didn't just look at their weight, she looked at the whole horse's body as a whole. So separately. So she looked at their neck, which was separate to like their bum, and so it meant that she could tailor their diet plan completely to exactly what they need. So I feel confident now that we are going to be giving them the right feed. So I am here with Phil. The dentist has been. He's got nice new teeth. The weather is absolutely awful. Cowboy, he agrees. So Phil was very, very good, the dentist, because he does get a bit nervous. So he was a bit scared at first. How can I get you in, Phil? He was a bit scared at first, but then he was fine. You big brave boy. You big brave boy. Yes. And Cowboy was probably the best behaved as well. You were a very good boy. Willow was naughty. She is so strong that you don't realise how strong she actually is. Willow, where are you? There you are. And Fifi, we couldn't do Fifi, which was a shame, but we will try again. Okay, so I realised that I hadn't actually closed off this video, and I also wanted to just quickly run through what I'm now going to feed the horses on. I'm going to do a full feeding routine. Now all the horses' diets have changed. I've also got this Bailey's brochure that I've been looking through as well, so hopefully I know a bit more about the products that the horses are going to be on. So Phil is on 3 heaped scoops of the number 21 Bailey's Ease and Excel. So this helps horses that are prone to gastric ulcers like Phil is, and also gives him the increased calorie requirements. So last winter Phil lost quite a bit of weight. I think it was to do with his ulcers as well, but yeah, he wasn't in top condition last winter, as I would have liked him to have been. So we've upped it to 1 more scoop a day. We're just making sure that he gets a high calorie diet. So he's also on 1 scoop of fibre beet, which is like a forage alternative for him. So we give it to him separately to his feed. We also mix a bit in his feed, but give it separately. And it just makes sure that he's getting enough fibre, getting the additional calories that he needs, and just making sure that he can pick at it throughout the day. He also gets like ad lib haylage, so as much as you can eat haylage, but he's quite a picky eater with his haylage. And then he has the Bailey's Tasty Treats in his feed bowl. We've also put him on the NAF Gastrovet, which is like these little pellets. So we give him 1 scoop a day of that, and that just like maintains the pH balance in his stomach and just make sure that there's a healthy gastrointestinal environment. So Fifi is on 5 mugs of the Bailey's mugs, which I'll show you in the feeding video, of the stud balancer. So this makes sure that it promotes muscle and tissue growth for the foal, but also make sure that it doesn't give her too much energy, because she is a chestnut mare. She is absolutely crazy when she wants to be. So I just want to make sure that she's on a low calorie, low energy diet, but also supporting the foal as we need. And then she's on 2 mugs of fibre beet a day, like Phil. So just to help make sure that she's getting enough fibre. And then she's on, we give her 2 hay nets a day, which she doesn't always finish, but she eats through. And then obviously they all go out every day, so they get all the grass and everything. And then lastly, Cowboy and Willow obviously have to lose a little bit of weight. They're not in that much work at the minute, because my sister's at school and there's not really a rider small enough to ride Willow at the minute. So they are on the low-cal balancer, which makes sure that they get all the nutrients and proteins that they need, but also make sure that it's not a high-calorie diet, so they're not going to be putting on weight. It just makes sure that they get all the right nutrients that they need. And they're also on 2 Bailey's mugs of Speedy Beet a day, which is similar to the fibre beet, but it doesn't have the high calories, so it just means that they can keep chewing throughout the day and get the fibre content that they need, but not with the additional calories. So they're also on Bailey's Light Chaff, which also controls calorie intake. And then finally we are soaking, so they're getting 4.5 kilograms of haylage a day, but we're soaking that for 12 hours just to make sure that they were kind of like soaking out anything that could help them to put on weight, but they're still getting the food that they need and still chewing and making sure that they don't get ulcers, but also making sure that they don't get laminitis as well. So yeah, I hope that the whole visit from Bailey's was interesting. It definitely helped me. It gave me a completely new insight into what they needed to be fed. And the body scoring as well. I was completely unaware about any of that, so it provided me with so much information. I would definitely recommend it to anyone that is unsure about feeding their horse, because it's given me so much knowledge. And feel free to message me or Bailey's if you have any questions. I've already had a few messages on my Instagram, and I've like recommended what I think about Phil's experience on the Bailey's number 21 Ease and Excel, because he's obviously been on that for over a year now. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'll put my little handle, and I will update you on the horses' journeys, particularly as well Phil's, so making sure that he keeps his weight on, but also Fifi's with the fall coming soon. Yeah, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe as well. Thanks. Bye.